out there like in the world who are in every different kind of way of life, which are like considered Gentiles.
That didn't know that they were Israelites.
They didn't know they were Israelites. Like that simple Jake who came up,
scoffing
his head off. That guy didn't know he was an Israelite.
You know, that's what goes back into the process of being grafted back in, man.
That's right.
We're all wild Gentiles, you know, Israelites in the Gentile state of mind, man. So we're being grafted back into that original tree, man.
That's right.
Yeah, being grafted in. This is Acts 6. And when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring, of the Grecians against the Hebrews.
The Grecians against the Hebrews. Why?
Because the widows were neglected in the daily ministration.
Right, and that goes into that struggle of the Jews looking down on the Israelite foreigners, man. All right, and their widows were neglected of the daily ministration. All right, and why did you have that? Because they didn't look, man. They didn't consider themselves. They didn't consider them Israelites, man. All right. Because what you got to understand is when it's ever spoken of the Hebrews or the Jews, that's only really dealing with the southern tribes, man. But you had other tribes, man, that were also Israelites as well, that had to be woken up. But like the Lord said, He was always going to raise up the tents of Judah first. All right. So according to prophecy, man. Okay. Now we're going to go into that word. You got it?
Yeah.
Yep. Go on, bro.
Grecian, right?
Yeah. Grecian.
It says the term Grecian.
Yeah.
Or Hellenist denotes a Jew by birth.
A Jew by birth.
Or religion, which is really the same thing.
Right.
Who spoke Greek.
Who spoke Greek.
It is chiefly used of foreign Jews and proselytes, which means those who
newly come to the faith. Right.
In contrast with the Hebrews speaking vernacular Hebrew, so basically, in contrast to the Jakes who knew they were Jakes,
right? And that contrary spirit, that contrast, that's why there was a dissension among the Grecians and the Hebrews.
Yeah, like you know that spirit of Jake, of like, this guy ain't from around here, man.
Yeah.
No, look, man, I don't trust you, man. Because Apostle Gabar always speaks about the term, it was better to eat pork than speak Greek.
Exactly.
So it was like, who's this guy, man?
Disdain. You know, but like when the Lord, separated the languages in the Tower of Babel, man.
Yep.
The languages create barriers between Jake, man. You know, and they way they were dressing, the way they were being and stuff like that, man. Those that knew they were Israelites didn't really want to deal with them, man.
Exactly.
You know, so the Lord kept, it made barriers between them, which had to be overcome, basically. You know, and that's why the disciples, the apostles had to go out.
Exactly. All right, and do you know what that's called? That's called a stumbling block. All right, and even in these last days, that's still a stumbling block for certain jet black niggas that still want to accept the fact that you're going to have Israelites that don't look like so-called black people.
Don't look like you.
On this. So it says, employed in the New Testament. So So it's specifying, when you see the word
beautiful
Grecian in the New Testament, it's specifying this is what it means. Employed in the New Testament of Jews born in foreign lands speaking Greek.
Jews born in foreign lands speaking Greek.
How clear can you get?
So how do we get this breakdown wrong?
It's specifying.
Exactly.
It's specifying. Look, in the New Testament, right here,
it's in the blue letter, man. You still can't break it down, right?
It's actually saying, look, in the New Testament here, it's talking about this. It's not talking about, of Christians, Jews speaking Greek, man.
And that's why Apostle Gabar, man, he always stresses the fact that you can't be lazy in this. You have to go into them words and really dig in, man. Get your hands dirty, man. Get to the root of the matter, the truth of the words, man. Bring them out, okay? Because if you're just reading it for reading its sake, you're not really going to understand. And then you got to know that history, man. So now we're going to touch on a bit of that history as well. All right, if you had a bit more?
Yeah. I have a quick point on Jews being called Greeks.
Yeah, come on, bro.
This is John 12 and 1. Then 6 days before the Passover came to Bethany. So like here in verse 1 it's speaking of the Passover, right? So if you go to verse 12, it says this, the 20th verse, right? And there were certain Greeks among them that came up to worship at the feast.
Come on, bro. And I bet you that word for Greek is heathen, right?
Yep.
I bet you it's heathen, right? Which when we broke down that word Grecian, what did it say? Heathen also, man. All right? Jews that were speaking of a Greek tongue, and that's all it means. That's all it means.
Because in verse 1 it says it's the Passover,
right?
Which the scripture says no stranger heathen can keep the Passover.
Exactly.
But then it says certain Greeks came to worship at the feast.
Boom.
So those Greeks who came to worship the Passover, which only an Israelite could keep, were just Israelites called Greeks.
Where did they come from? Okay, what were they doing? How were they dressed? How were they behaving?
Yeah.
You know? This is what you're going to ask yourself. It's the same thing of an Israelite over there in America today calling himself an African American.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, just say, you know, Israel was still around, you know, how it's supposed to be around, man. We went over there and said, oh yeah, we're Israelites too. They're going to be looking at us, what the hell?
Yeah.
What garments you got on? You don't even speak, you know, the full Hebrew and all that kind of stuff. Whatever it is, like, they'll be looking at you like sideways, man.
Now,
you know?
Now in terms of John 12, these so-called Greeks were just Greek-speaking Jews who actually knew their heritage as being Jews. That's why they came to worship the Passover. But then you had some others, the Greeks, who were just Gentiles.
Yeah, that's right.
Them guys didn't know.
Yeah. That's right. Hey, sometimes when it speaks about Greeks in the scriptures, it's talking about the actual heathen.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's talking. That's what I'm saying. It's through. Look, you have to be able to discern that, though, man. All right. You have to understand. Okay, and you have to know that secular history. Okay, get me Acts real quick. Acts 14. Acts 14 and 1 from the top real quick, and then we're going to go into the Maccabees.
Acts 14 and 1.
Yep.
And it came to pass in Iconium that they went both together into...
Right, so this is Paul and Barnabas. Yeah, they, go on.
Oh, this is mine.
Yep.
They went both together in the synagogue of the Jews.
Yep.
And so spake that a great multitude, both of Jews and also of the Greeks believed.
Boom. There you go, man. Keep going.
Right.
Both of the Jews and the Greeks believed.
But this is funny. But the unbelieving Jews stirred up the Gentiles, so they were both Jakes.
Yeah. You know Jake gang. I know. What you mean, man? You can't be a part of this.
Yeah.
You know? Stirring up some shit.
Where's your fringes? Where's your fringes?
But nah, man, you're too light, brother. You're too light. What you mean, bro? Because I don't look like Shaft and I ain't got an afro. I ain't an Israelite, bro. Come on, bro. This thing ain't about color. What we're trying to do is we're trying to break down that fucking barrier, man. Or these blockhead niggas, corn-fed niggas that think that you gotta be the same color as my trousers, right, to get saved, man. You know, and that's not what the Lord is dealing with. The Lord is only dealing with the Israelites.
What gets you saved?
Bro, believing in Yahweh Shai. Come on.
All right, you're Yahweh, eh?
You can't
Look, man. Look, bro. I told you we're teaching, man. Have some respect, but we're teaching, man. Right? You gotta calm it down, bro. Bro, you gotta calm it down. Yeah, we're teaching, man.
I just want to read
that's it on that. Go on, bro. Get the Maccabees.
That's all, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
So let's find out what was happening in the time of Antiochus now. Go on, bro.
Right, First Maccabees 1 and 11.
Yep.
In those days, when they're out of Israel, wicked men.
Yep.
He persuaded
In fact,
many.
start from 10.
Come.
Yep.
Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
Antiochus Epiphanes, man. All right, go on.
Son of Antiochus, the king.
And this is a wicked ass heathen, man. All right, and the Lord jacked his ass up so bad, man. All right, that in the end, he was trying to pay us off, man.
Yeah. He was like, look, man.
You know?
Just pray for me, man.
I'll
make you the...
Everything that I took, I'm gonna give back.
I'll make you guys my best friends.
Yeah.
Most times still killing blood.
It's a fearful thing, man. Go on, huh?
And it says who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Of the kingdom of the Greeks. So this is what I'm saying. Now this is what we're dealing with the time of the Greeks now. So we're time skipping. Now we jumping into the time of the Greeks, which was before the Roman Empire. Okay, because the Romans came after the Greeks. All right, and they spoke Greek and they spoke Latin. Go on, bro.
And it says in those days, when they're out of Israel, wicked men.
So there was guys from Israel. There were wicked men in those days in the time of the what? Greeks.
Yep.
There was wicked men in that time. Go on.
who persuaded many.
Who persuaded many. Look, man, look, seriously, look, man. We got to get down with these men. Like, we got to make a covenant with these niggas.
That's where it's at, man.
Trust me, bro. Them same niggas that wanted to go back into Egypt, man. That same wicked ass spirit.
Same cross.
Come on, bro.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Let's make an agreement, man. A covenant with the heathen, man. You know? Hey, remember, hey, what did it say in Jeremiah 10? It says, learn not the ways of the heathen. You know? That's a commandment, man. We ain't supposed to make a covenant with the heathen. You know?
I have a precept because it expounds on what you just said.
All right.
That went certain days had wicked men of Israel.
All right.
This is 2 Maccabees 4:7. Well, after the death of Lucius, when Antiochus called Epiphanes took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Ananias, so he was one of the wicked men, labored underhand to be high priest, promising unto the king by intercession 303 talents of silver and another revenue of 80 talents. Beside this, he promised to assign 150 more if he might have license to set up him a place for exercise and for the training up of the youth in the fashions of the heathen, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochians, which when the king had granted, he had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion.
There you go, man.
The Greeks.
Yep. Greekish fashion, man. All right? Enforcing that will upon them. You know? And then they were taking hold of that, man. And that's an example of a wicked Israelite man.
Certain wicked men
persuaded many.
Yeah.
Right? Now let's go back into 1 Maccabees, man.
Persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Yeah, man. They were getting down, man. Look, let's do this, man. This is what we're going to make this agreement, man. All right? We're going to get down with your customs, man. You know, we're gonna do this. We're gonna work out naked.
Yeah, man.
Look, man. We want it. You know, I want a toga.
Yeah, man.
You know, please let me wear a toga.
Yeah, man.
You know,
bro, I'll tell you, man. Look, man, all you need is that $2,000.
Yeah, that $2,000 spirit. Making them plans. They're making plans, bro.
Making plans.
Come on, bro.
Man, what you gonna do?
I want to work out naked.
This guy, you gotta wrestle me. This guy, you know? Shit, man.
Oh, man.
There's nothing new under the sun, because they got a naked gym over there in America today, where certain celebrities they're already signed up to that, man. You know, they be on the treadmill, they rod swinging.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. This place is through, man.
Fucking incline.
You know? Come on, bro.
Yeah, man.
A covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Yeah.
For since we departed from them,
Yeah.
we have much sorrow. Same thing as back in Egypt, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
it was better to eat pork than to speak Greek.
Yeah.
You know? That's the kind of, man. The thing is, man, I believe there were certain Israelite women that would rather hang their children, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Than to get down with them Greekish fashions, man. You know? Rather off their children, man. Alright? But what energy do you have among Israel today, man? They're willingly getting down with this shit, man.
They're down with the system.
They're down with the system. They're ready for that shit. Please. You know?
They make it in the system.
Yeah,
They want to
bro.
go up the echelons, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here, I have a precept on that, right? And this is 2 Maccabees 6 and 10. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partaker of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death.
Here, conform.
Conform.
Alright? Hey, and that's exactly what Esau's gonna do in these last days when he comes with that shit. He's gonna say conform.
It says in Revelation, it tells you that.
Can't.
No, it
Can't.
tells you that, man.
Can't.
So over there in this verse is saying you have certain Jakes who are under the threat of death. Now those who are unfaithful be like, well, fuck that. Yeah, let's just look, man. You know,
Yeah, because if we don't, we're gonna have much sorrow.
we're gonna have much sorrow, man.
It's the same thing that they were saying back then. The same level of persecution, man.
But
But this is gonna be even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
This is gonna be it's gonna be a time like no other, man. Alright, when Esau's finally ready to roll this out, you know, hey, the scripture says the dead is gonna be cast out as dung. Okay, but the Lord also said, then shall it be known who are my chosen. Alright?
So I'm more. It's balance, right? So you had Jakes who were unfaithful and Jakes were faithful. So that's why if you fast forward into the future, there was so much tension between the circumcision and the uncircumcision because Jake is seen as this. My forefathers fought, you know, to not bow down to them.
Exactly.
But your forefathers just got conformed.
Yeah.
And went down.
Made a covenant with the heathen. Yeah.
So that's why in the New Testament, there was so much tension and the circumcision fought the uncircumcision couldn't make it.
That's a very good point.
You know?
That's right.
Then might a man have seen present misery. For there were certain, for there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children, whom when they had laid openly, when they had openly led about the city, the babes hanging at their breasts, they cast them headlong down from the wall.
Boom. And that's exactly what I was going into, man. That's the spirit you brought that out. You know, they would rather cast their babies headlong, man. All right, just off them. You know, and this is what I'm saying, man. And then that great fear and that great terror is coming back in these last days, in an even worse form, man. And what are you Israelites gonna do? You know?
When you both grab Revelation 13, well, verse 15. Because hey, the thing about these customs is that that's one a big facet of, you know, Esau's plan, accepting, you know, the image of the beast. Because, you know, a lot of people don't really, you know, they you go into the Roman Catholic Church, you know, you go into the Roman Catholic Church, they'll teach you more about, you know, the best website to hire a male hooker from. You know, to hire some gay hooker, have the most legendary orgy you're gonna have. But they won't be able to teach you nothing about Revelation, man. Because the book of Revelation, that's prophecy, chiefly prophecy, man. And that's the spirit of Yahweh Shem. So it's a thing where it's like when you go into this, it breaks down what you got it.
Revelation 15, yeah? This is Revelation chapter 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both speak and
the image of the beast should both speak. So, go on, finish it.
The image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many who not worship the image should be killed.
Yeah, so a big part of this is about worshiping the image of the beast. And that's what by and large people are out here doing. The image of the beast is being worshipped worldwide. You go around the world, everyone's basically ruling through the 2-party system, where they'll have, you know, in America it's the Republicans and the Democrats. Over here it's the Conservatives and Labour. You go through election history, you can have the odd Green Party member or Lib Dem or whatever the fuck. But by and large, it's just gonna be, you know, the left and the right, the main left and right. And that's a big part of the image of the beast. The other part is homosexuality. You know, gay marriage has been pushed, it's been legalized all over the globe. Any place on the earth that's basically saying like, oh no, gay marriage is off. They're getting black. Sorry, man. No, please. Yeah. Take one of the sun. That's definitely what you're taking off, mate. Yeah. Is it? No.
Alright. You want to keep going, bro? Onto the mark of the beast?
Probably going to sell it to the Roman Catholic Church, man.
Yeah, alright.
Man. Carrick, man.
Speaking of that, I have a documentary I wanted to see.
I don't know why that. Go on.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Yeah, so that mark in your right hand or your forehead, that's basically whatever. He's not associated with me, man. I don't know what the fuck he doing. He can do whatever he wants. You know.
Let me read it again.
Yeah, look, with that mark is basically the ultimate, the pinnacle of worshipping that image. And the thing is, you go back to the time of the Greeks, like what was it? You know, Jake was getting down with all kinds of bending over backwards to that image, man. Spreading them butt cheeks, you know, out in them fields. Man, we're do the run. Butt ass naked, man. Them glistening butt cheeks. Then you know, then one of Antiochus was come on to the box.
Yeah.
And he was getting sweated out, man. Some greasy Negroes, man. And that, you know, it happens to this day. That, you know, all this is part of the image of the beast. And it's like everyone's slowly assimilated to that view, man. You come here, like, where's the dissent? You don't really have any dissent against the popular worldview. Even people that say, you know, I don't really agree with gay marriage, but, you know, anyone should just be, you know, I'm not going to stop you, you know, you can do what you're doing, you know, as long as you don't hurt anybody. So everyone's basically, they're just all down with it. Shit.
Scripture.
But it is hurtful.
Yeah.
You know,
It is
hurtful.
that means you lack understanding in the scriptures.
What is Indians? In America, you mean?
I'll get to when I finish my point. I'll answer. Hold on. Read.
Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways.
Yeah, envy thou not the oppression, man. So it's like